प्रतिबोधितं भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितं पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वम् अनुसन्ततानि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे कुलालविन्दायत भद्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः प्रपन्ना परिजाताय तत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दन पार्थवत्स सुधीर्भुक्त दुग्धं गीतमृतं महत् वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्माद्रोणा तथा जयाद्रता जल गन्धरानिलोत्पल शल्याग्रवती कृपेण बहुनि कर्णेन बेलाकुलम् अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकर दुर्योधनवर्तिनी सोत्तीर्ण खलु पाण्डवैरनदी कैवर्तकः केशवं पराशया वचः सरोजममलं गीताटगन्धत्कथं नानाख्यानककेशरं हरिकथं सम्बोधनबोधितं लोके सज्जनसत्पथैरहरः पेपीयमनमुधा भूयत भारतपङ्कजं कविमलं प्रदम्बसीन श्रेयसी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुत स्तुतिवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवै वेदय साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदे गायन्ति यं सामगः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः देवाय तस्मै नमो नमः देवाय तस्मै नमो नमः। That God who has identified himself as God without name and form in Bhagavad Gita as consciousness, that God who said, I am the individual soul, I am inside of you as the consciousness, the awareness. I am, when he was asked by Arjuna, who are you, O Lord? And he saw the Virat Rup, and with that divine eye, his disciple Arjuna and all of us, we can imagine what did Arjuna saw? The whole of the universe that existed in him. And he is shown that he is the incarnation, manifestation of God consciousness in the incarnations. And he is shown, he said, that I am the demigods, the ones that you go to for give me money, give me wisdom, give me all the earthly things. I am them, but eventually they are my ambassadors and they will come to me and I will fulfill all your wishes. Who was he talking about? The all-pervading, all-powerful, all-knowing, omnipotent, all-pervading, all-omniscient Lord. And the Lord who is the Satchidanand, truth, consciousness and bliss. These devotees are the descriptive of God. If Krishna Bhagavan would have said in the last, I am the all that is manifested, I am the five elements, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am the ego. Om Bhumirapo analo vayo kamano buddhirev cha ahankari yanme binna prakati ashtara Om. And Arjuna, you see here this morning, let us pay adorations to Surya Narayan. You know, it's deception here this morning. It feels like, oh, it's such a beautiful morning. It is, but it's really below like 29 degrees Fahrenheit and, well, Celsius below zero. But anyway, you know, you dress for it and everything is nice. But whenever the sun comes up, Surya Narayan comes up, there's a sense of exhilaration. And let us enjoy, let's pray and pay adorations to Surya Narayan. Om Bhara Bhava Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhara Bhava Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhara Bhava Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. You know, it's through the Guru, through the grace of the Guru that I'm able to do this, and we are able to come together. Guru is no other than the Krishna Bhagwan when he was talking about self in myriad forms, with name and form, without name and form. This morning, let us pay adorations to the spiritual masters. They are the devas, the manifestations of consciousness, the moksha gurus. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. O Gurudev, your Murti, the form that you took with that long matted locks and the shining face and a very stout and powerful body, we meditate on that form because we know that form will take us into the realm of you without name and form. You demonstrated that. And we worship your paduka, the feet, as a form of humiliation and some surrender, because we drink the water from washing the feet. And then your utterances, whether it's Krishna or the Christ or the Buddha or Mother Durga or Lord Shiva, your utterances have become our guidance. And then, with that in mind, we know that we are well on our path to become what we are, what we really are. We are not the body, we're not the mind, we're not the intellect, and we're not the ego. We are that consciousness. Now, this is the opening here this morning, and you know, one of the beauty of being a Swamiji and the experience that was given to me, transmitted directly by Swami Parameshananda ji and the monks of BHARAT, SEVASHRAM, Swami Buddhananda ji. I was so blessed to be under his control from the day I went to Kolkata and until he would have left his body. He would have guided so well. And other monks are there too, but Swami Parameshananda ji put him, and so I could have the blessings and doing all the work and having the experiences. And I was talking yesterday about experiences, because experiences is who we are. And when I listen to the devotees as a Swamiji, you see a myriad of evolution, from the lowest to the highest of evolution to perfection. And I'm included in that, and every morning I have to take a stock of myself, where I am. And if anything has seeped into me, I will catch it, and then you have to remove it through the yoga asanas, through going beyond the body, through the asanas, and the mind control. And then when you do the meditation, you go into that place where you are internal. So this way, the experiences, I remember we have to be very careful, and Krishna Bhagavan was telling this, that you have to be like the ocean. All the rivers flow into the oceans. But the ocean, you never see them overflooding. Well, with the global warming, they're predicting something like that the glaciers in the North Pole are going to be melting, and the low-lying countries like in the islands in Fiji and like Venice, Italy, and other parts of the world, that when the ice melt, the water level in the oceans will be getting higher. But anyway, that is something that we have to see. But you have to be like a Swamiji, you have to be like the ocean, where you listen to all the problems of the people, but it doesn't get into you personally. Because why? You're conscious that you're channeling all that is coming into you through the five senses, going to your mind and becoming a brain and mind. Then that has to be channeled to the Guru. Because if you make a mistake and for some reason you think you're the one that is relieving the people of their problem, then what will happen? You will be overburdened with listening to all the troubles of the people of the world. And I can remember a typical example of this. One time I was in Kolkata, and Swami Yogananda ji, he's the third president of the BHARAT SEVASHRAM Sheng, after Swami Parameshananda ji and Swami Satchidananda. I was with him, and the lines were long coming from the street through the driveway of the ashram, up the steps and in the waiting hall. People were just coming to take his blessings, and he'll put his right hand on their head while they touch his feet, and the line was kept moving. They'll get a glance of him, and they will say how they feel like an electrical charge is going through their body. Well, Swami Yogananda was sitting next to him and observing him, and then he just signaled, he wants me to massage his head and his right hand. And I did, and lo and behold, while I was doing, I felt that pain that came out of his hand and his head, and it was going into my body through my right hand. And after some time I couldn't take it anymore. It was overbearing, and the negativism was coming through. That residual negativism that was left in his hand and his head was coming through my body. I ran into my room and jump on the bed and scream and lie there for some time, and then it went away. When I went to Swami Buddhananda ji and I explained to him what happened, he was all smile, and he says, "Oh, now you understand what it is to be a guru, that you have to, the people are giving you, the people who are sincere, and they will come with devotion, faith. They will pass on all their negative energy to the spiritual masters, and they have to turn it over to God, manifestation of consciousness for us of the BHARAT SEVASHRAM Sheng. That is no other than Swami Parameshananda ji Maharaj." So, to be a guru, a spiritual master, is not just putting your hand and having the name and fame, "Oh, I'm Guruji." No, all of that is gone. And you become an instrument in the hands of the Lord. With my little self and with the experience that I have, going into tsunami and listening to the people's troubles, and they come and they tell you, after some time you get and you can't sleep proper because the residual of the suffering of the people, mental and physical, they pass it on to you. But this is the work of this ashram, and Swami Parameshananda would have said, "My ashrams, there's no mountains and seas and no barriers to my work. This is an age of universal liberation, emancipation. This is an age of universal synthesis. This is an age of universal awakening." These are the things that he would have said. He never left, he never just limited to the Hindus or his ashram. The whole world is included in his service and seva. Because our ashram, when we go and do seva or we build a hospital, then who comes to it? Anyone who is in sickness or schools or we do relief work. No, we're not selective when we do relief work. That everyone who comes to the ashram will get it. It's such an exhilarating feeling, devotees, that here we are. Look at the ducks, the sun is reflecting on them, the geese, and there's the little island in the middle, and how beautiful. This is a scenery of peace and tranquility. I always love to come here. I hope you do. And then today, let us think that this is the beginning of a beautiful day for us. If you cannot handle the troubles of others, try to stay away, because the main person, the number one person in life that you have to take care of is yourself. And the way to do that is to turn yourself over. Become one with the outside and the inside. What we're seeing out here today, these 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, they're inside of us. They make up our body. And then, so there's no separation. All this, what I'm seeing here, become awareness in me. And if I could expand this awareness to infinity, all of creation, then I'm liberation. I'm a Jivan Mukta. And you also, you have to think, that is what it means by evolution. Not evolution in the material sense, acquiring education. That is all necessary. Acquiring wealth, the name and fame, and wanting to claim responsibility. I'm doing everything. No. Swami Parameshananda create the BHARAT SEVASHRAM. Why? Let others, that all who know that each one of us should be in collaboration with each other for the welfare of the world. Let us all chant some nice things to Lord Shiva. This is a song that I would have heard coming down from Badrinath on my pilgrimage. And as the bus was going up and down the mountain, as the road was winding around the mountains, and then it finds a way that the road was cut so coming from Badrinath to down by the side of Alakanda River. This is the song I would have heard. I never came out of mind. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Vishveshwarai Shiva Vishveshwarai, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Vishveshwarai Shiva Vishveshwarai, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Gangadharai Shiva Gangadharai, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Jatadharai Shiva Jatadharai, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Jatadharai Shiva Jatadharai, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya. And then I will have stopped at the Kedarnath Ashram and visit the Jyoti Ling, Kedarnath Jyoti Ling, coming down to Gauri Kund, and go and see where that Kund is, where the fire is still burning, supposedly where Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati became consorts. And then coming down and seeing where the Alakanda River and the Bhagirathi River join at Devan Prayag, where the gods and goddesses, Bhagavan Sri Ram and the Pandavas, they all took bath there, and I had a chance to take that bath. And when these two rivers converge, the Alakanda and Bhagirathi, they become Ganga, Mother Ganga, the river. Oh, what a beautiful sight. These memories that have become our consciousness in our pilgrimages in life, These are the things that bring us closer to God. They transform the outside from the images that we get from seeing, hearing, touching, and smelling and tasting. Those experiences go into us with our eyes closed. They become our awareness, our consciousness. And if we continue on this, that's what will happen. We'll be liberated souls. Let us chant the Guru Mantra. Join me. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om. Well, I feel so blessed to be in service, to bring whatever little I know. Through the blessings of the Guru, it's flowing nicely. I have the faith that whatever comes out of my mouth is through his grace, because that's the effort I made as a Swamiji. And you also, whatever God you worship, let it be your guide, and keep that in mind in times of happiness and also in sorrow. With that being said, have a beautiful day. Hari Om. Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.